Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. What a time we are living in. There are so many choices when it comes to not only large language models but also the embedding models. Cohere has just released the next level embedding model, which is a multimodal model called as Embed 3. I already have covered the previous versions of this embed model on the channel, so if you're interested, please check it out. I'm particularly excited about this new release of Embed 3 because it is multimodal. What it means is that not only you can now generate embeddings on your text data, but also on your image data. And why do we need these embeddings? What are these embeddings? Though I already have done numerous videos on these embeddings, but just to give you a quick overview, embedding simply means numerical representation of your data, because all of these AI models, they don't understand text or images or any other sort of things. All they understand is numbers. So if you want to pass on some of the images or text or any other data to these models, we need to pass it as numerical representation. That numerical representation is called as embedding. Whenever we need to pass on our own data to these models, of course, we have to first convert it into the compatible numerical representation or embedding, and that is what an embedding model does. And that is why we have so many embedding models out there. Some of them are open source, some of them are closed source. We have from OpenAI, we have from Nomic, there are a lot of options there. So Cohere, which is also quite a good company and has released a lot of other good models like Aya and few others, Command R plus of course. Their embed family of model is quite good. So this model, which is a state-of-the-art multimodal search model, can help you extract business value for your imaging data. So now you can build systems that accurately and quickly search important multimodal assets such as complex reports, product catalogs, and design files to boost your productivity. It is quite capable multimodal embedding model, as I believe. Now, behind the scene, this embed 3 looks quite interesting. So let me make it a bit smaller so that you would. So this is a bit of an architectural sort of thing what is happening in this model. So if you look here, behind the scene, this embed 3 is accomplishing this by translating input data into long strings of number which represent the meaning of the data or embedding. These numerical representation or embeddings are then compared to each other to determine similarities and differences. Embed 3 places both text and image embeddings in the same vector space for an integrated experience. And this visual, which you can see on your screen, is simplified for just explaining purposes. In practice, the numerical representation of data are far longer and vector space is quite huge. But anyway, so this similarity comparison enables application to retrieve enterprise data which is relevant to an end user query. In addition to being a fundamental component of semantic search system, Embed 3 model is useful in your RAG system where you deal with lot of image data, and you can then of course also would need an large language models on top of it, so you can use any other model like Command R or even from some other provider. Now this embed 3 model is not a, it's a hosted model, so you can access it either through Cohere's own website or through Azure, I guess. I'm not aware of any other provider who is providing this except these two. So in order to use it, let me show you how you can use it. First step, go to Cohere's website, log in there, and then after you have logged in, then on the left hand side click on API key, and then just you see there are trial keys which are free with some limits. Click on new trial key and you can just say here test or whatever you like, generate trial key, and copy this trial key at your local system because you would need it afterwards and you won't be able to see it after this screen is closed. So I have saved it, and don't worry, I'm going to delete it after this video. So my key is save here. Now there's a playground, but as you can see on the left hand side, this one, when I click on this one, this is a playground. I don't see any option of using multimodality in the playground at the moment because this has just been released. You can select the models from here. Maybe they will put it in later on. So I'm going to now show you how you can access this model through an API call. Let me take you to my VS Code window where I have the code. So this is a code which I have just put in here. So all we are doing here, we are simply importing these libraries. We are converting image to base 64 encode, and then we are just opening the image, encoding the image which is necessary, and then this is the local image which I'm using from my local system. I'm processing it or converting it to base 64. I am instantiating Cohere's client, and we need to put in our API key here. So let me quickly put my API key. I'm just going to replace this one. And of course, in a production environment, you will save it in some sort of environment. And this is my embed English v3, and this is the input type image, and we are processing it. So all we need to do is to run it, and it is going to embed it. And I have just added this print statement there. Now you see that we are importing this Cohere library on line number 19. So we need to install it. For that, let's go to our terminal. Here, let me just create a virtual environment first because I just like to keep everything separate from my local system. So I'm just creating this virtual environment, and that is activated. So I'm just going to say pip install Cohere. Let's wait for it to get installed. And the installation is done. Let's now run it. So I'm just going to say Python 3, and I think my file name is test.py. And so I'm just quickly going to check it here. Yep, it is test.py. Let's run it. And as soon as I have run it, you see that it has decoded my image into all of these embeddings or the numerical representation. Now you can get more images, store all of these embeddings in a vector store, and whenever a user will ask a query, you can convert the user's query into numerical representation, do a similarity search in this vector store, and then only return the images which are similar to user's query, and then combine that image with user's prompt, give that to LLM. LLM will have now context to your own data, and it will answer your prompt or query as per your own data, more grounded response. And you can build your multimodal RAG pipeline with this embed 3 that easily. So that's pretty much it. And before I let you go, let me introduce you to the sponsors of this video, who are AgentQL. AgentQL is a query language that turns any web page into a data source. With its Python SDK and live debugging tool, you can scrape and interact with web content. AgentQL works on any page. It is resilient, it is reusable, it structures the output according to the shape of your own query. And I will drop the link to their website in video's description. So that's it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know what do you think about Cohere's Embed 3 model, and I would also be keen to know which one is your favorite embedding model, and if any you use in your day-to-day production or your playground life. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're already subscribed, please share it among your network as it helps a lot. Thank you for watching.